Providence Homebrew.
Coming at ya with a beer review. What do we got today, Christian?
Ooh, we have the Parabola 2017. It is a barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout from none other than Firestone Walker out of Paso, Robles, California.
Woohoo! Release date on this was March 25th. It's now May 10th. Now, we got to talk a little bit about this. Something different happened this year. So, we're going to have to see how this affects things. The first thing that happened was Firestone Walker realized that they were over the capacity of brewing at the brewery at the time they needed to start brewing Parabola. So rather than deprive all of us of the Parabola, they decided to work with another brewery. They worked with Boulevard Brewing out of Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. So if you look at the bottles on here, I'm told it says someplace on there something about, I'm not looking, but it talks about it coming out of both Paso Robles, then it talks about Kansas City, Missouri. All right. But they carefully guided them through the process of brewing this and everything. There's another interesting
That's very trusting, I'd say.
There's another little interesting dichotomy that comes out. There have been 2 releases I've read. Now, if you go to their website, they say that it's barrel-aged for a full year in Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. But on another release that came out, it said that it's a blend of 1 year, barrel-aged, of course, but bourbon barrels from Elijah Craig, Four Roses, Pappy Van Winkle, and Woodford Reserve.
Ooh.
Now,
and Buffalo Trace.
And Buffalo Trace.
That's I do like me some Woodford Reserve, though.
And Pappy Van Winkle's not unheard of. Either is Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
So, Four Roses. I mean, they're all very known. The one I didn't know was Woodford Reserve, to be honest. But
offended.
So
delicious.
I don't know exactly the barrel aging on this. I'd love to get the skinny from somebody at Firestone Walker. But anyway, we don't care. We're gonna drink it.
And here's the third thing that Dad didn't mention. Is it just now 2017 releases that are in 12-ounce bottles?
The 12 ounce. You can see the little stubby bottle. All right, let's get this cracked open. The dog is on his best behavior after smelling this as it poured. And it's actually got a pretty nice head, you know. You got the oats on there.
I think the whole entire neighborhood smelled when it was poured because it is potent.
But, you know, it's, I'm going to say it's really dark brown. It's not black, right?
Yeah, it's definitely opaque.
Totally opaque. And it's, you know, it's a pretty nice dark head actually on there.
Molasses colored dark head, I'd say in that
All
sense.
Right, let's get a nose. Let me just sit back.
If one was to get drunk off of a whiff of one beer, this could be the beer that gets you drunk.
Yeah, you could get, you know, kind of get a beer high off this nose.
Beer high. Oh my.
Okay.
Where to start?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. So one of the things I'm going to mention right off the top is one of my favorite aromas. I'll let Christian go from there, but oh, there's toasted coconut on it.
Oh, there's toasted coconut.
And there's some big old caramel on it and brown sugar.
Oh my gosh. And then you get the barrel aging, you get the vanilla in there. Yes. You get the whiskey, whichever whiskey it is that they have.
Yeah,
it's high-class whiskey, I'd say that.
You get chocolate on that, right?
Do they brew it with oats, right? I would assume.
They do. It is a Russian Imperial Stout, and it's with oats, yes.
Oh my God. Base, the chocolate.
Beer orgasm in a glass, right? It's just beautiful, but it's a balanced smell. It's a really good balanced smell, right?
And like some days, I really go like, could Goose Island be my new favorite beer company? And then all I have to do is open up a bottle of anything from Firestone and be like, oh, yeah.
I also get this like a little bit of like a creme brulee kind of a.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I can't handle this any longer. I think
there's
it's time,
sweet
right?
notes, and I'm so thirsty.
This is so approachable. This is so damned drinkable right now. It does not strike me as 14.5% ABV. It is super drinkable.
Now here's where drinking it, because it's a little bit cooler. As it warms up, it'll aerate and give some more flavors and scents. I'm getting some of the cocoa finally. I'm getting more of the dark notes in there, like the dark fruits. The nose is so bright, so effervescent. You're just like, ooh, it's got so much sweetness, and you don't really notice how dark it is. It is a Russian Imperial Stout.
Yeah, it is very dark, but you get the oats, so it's pulling over that smooth quality. It's just smoothing everything out, because you're getting like some charred oak, okay, character going on, and you're getting that like dark chocolate kind of character, but then you get that vanilla that's smoothing it all out, and it's just beautiful. And I'm still getting some of that creme brulee type character on this as well,
like burnt sugars.
The burnt brown sugar, but it's smooth. It is like super drinkable.
The one thing I was surprised about, I guess I shouldn't be surprised because it is made with oats, is how light on the tongue it feels. Especially for how 14.5%, and just the nose is so overwhelming and thick in my mind. It's actually super light on the tongue and very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's interesting. It fully coats the mouth, but lightly so. I mean, I want to say it's a full body, but it's on the very low end of a full body somehow. You can tell there's some differences with this having been brewed at a different location. You can tell it is different. On the one side, I think in the past, it's fresh like this. It's been more almost potent tasting.
That's true. Usually is more potent fresh.
And almost a little bigger body than this. On the other hand, it's just like way more drinkable right from the start in a way too, which is also nice.
I think the whiskey barrels is a little bit more prevalent this year.
It's very present, so it does make me kind of wonder if it is a blend of all these different ones rather than just heaven and hell. I think that might be a more accurate statement. I wish I knew which it actually was. We need to just kick back and enjoy this a little.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to drink this too quick. That'd be a sin.
We're going to let it warm up a little bit, see how it changes, come back with some observations and numbers. Well, we've been having too much fun over here.
Always. We're always having too much fun.
We've come to some interesting conclusions. What conclusions that I go through mine so much faster than him.
I know. So, I was saying there was some slight differences this year compared to last year's, and I think it could be the fact that it was brewed in Missouri.
Yeah.
And I think there might be a water difference.
Yeah.
And then just the fact that I felt like the whiskey was a little bit more prevalent compared to the base, which seemed a little bit lighter.
Definitely.
Now, I'm not going to say that the beer is bad by any means.
No.
It's still high class to world class. But it's just different. It's not the Parabola from the years before that
And what he's trying to say is it feels toned down. It feels lighter in mouthfeel, in everything. It's extremely drinkable. So on the one hand, I have a great appreciation because it's so drinkable. But the fact is, I could have had this downed a long time ago.
Yes, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
Well, worse than it was.
I would just wanted another bottle. And at 14.5%, that is kind of bad. So, but the thing is, it's really
Good thing
drinkable.
It's 12 ounces instead of 22.
Yeah. But that's the problem, because Normally we get 11 ounces each. This is a real issue.
We really had to share 6 ounces.
This was hard.
Okay, I'm going home. I'm grabbing my bottle because we need more.
Come back. So, at any rate, the mouthfeel is much lighter.
Because you can tell, like, usually when you, like, swoosh it in your mouth, it lingers a lot longer. And then this year it kind of swooshed in your mouth and it lingers, but then it's gone.
It has all those flavors. It has them all, but the intensity of those flavors is also lower, I would say.
The intensity is lower, exactly.
And with it warmed up right now, I want to say it's on the full end of a medium body, and it's normally just a full body beer. I think it's time to rate it. So in terms of a Russian Imperial Stout, what do you think?
It's crazy. I'm not even going to put it in the world-class ratings. No. I'm going to put it at a 95, just below that, because it's excellent.
Yeah.
But it's not the typical Firestone Walker that we usually get.
And this is my wheelhouse, you know. I
100%
love
Dad's
IPAs.
wheelhouse.
I am a big Imperial Stout guy. And for me, it has all those flavors, but they're light and they just go away so quickly. I have to drop way down. I'm going down to a 92. It's an excellent beer because there's great flavors, but nothing is lasting, nothing's staying in there. It's just not hanging in for me.
Yeah.
The tastes are there. It's all those good tastes, but it's a thin body, which thins out the taste. So,
yeah. And that's why I'm going to stay at the... Actually, I might go down. Overall, I'm going to give it 94 because it doesn't really blow me away as it always has. Like, the flavors blow me away, but the lasting essence and everything that it isn't there this year, I'd say.
Well, we agree on this. So, overall, I'm going to pull it back up to a 94 because I think it is still a beautiful beer. It's just, it's missing what it's been in the past.
Boom.
Here it is again in the stubby little bottle, the sad little stubby bottle. So more of you sorry saps can try this. No, that's terrible for me to say.
I still cry that I can't get into 22 right now.
Yeah, me too. I got to be honest with you.
There it is.
All right. This is Kevin.
And this is Christian with my tiny package.
2017 Parabola from Firestone Walker. We're saying life's too short
to drink cheap beer.
And we'll see you
on the next beer review. Cheers, friends.